Well, he shot an innocent woman in the face, but now a former Spokane gang member is about to have his prison sentence cut short. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nadine Woodward. Our top story. Now 40 years old, Kevin Boot was supposed to spend the rest of his life behind bars for the murder of this woman, Felicia Reese. But tonight, he is sitting in the Spokane County Jail, hoping a judge will shave years off of his punishment. In a story first on KXLY4 News, Jeff Humphrey joins us live in Superior Court. And Jeff, how can Boot get his sentence reduced?
Well, Nadine, Boot was just 17 years old when he murdered Felicia Reese, and since that time, the U.S. Supreme Court has determined that locking up very young killers for the rest of their lives constitutes cruel and unusual punishment. And so now it appears in the very near future, Boot is going to be resentenced, much to the disappointment of Miss Reese's friends and family. It was one of Spokane's very rare stranger-to-stranger murders. 22-year-old Felicia Reese randomly carjacked from a downtown hotel. Her body dumped here along Upriver Drive.
It was premeditated. They set out that day to steal a car, and they didn't care who. They just picked Felicia's, unfortunately.
This woman doesn't want to be identified because Felicia was killed by two teenagers hoping to impress their new street gang. Investigators say Kevin Boot and his cousin Jerry took turns shooting Felicia in the face.
Her mother buried her in her wedding dress. She was supposed to be married about 6 months after she was murdered.
The death of the Shadle High graduate shocked Spokane and the members of her church where Felicia sung in the choir. In 1997, Kevin Boot was convicted of her murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But now, because the Supreme Court feels our brains don't mature until we're in our mid-20s, justices have ruled a then 17-year-old killer now deserves a second chance.
I haven't read the paperwork yet, but personally, I don't think he needs to be out yet. I think he needs to do definitely a lot more time, at least 35 years or more.
But Nadine, Kevin Boot may not face an extended prison sentence, and here's an indicator of why. His co-defendant, his cousin Jerry, he was also convicted of the same crime, got 35 years in prison, but he was released from prison just 2 months ago here to Spokane. His time also behind bars, cut short by the Supreme Court's concerns about the sentencing for young killers. And so we'll be here at Boot's upcoming hearing and let you know what happens. Reporting live at Spokane Superior Court, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.
Thank you, Jeff.